I thought I'd take you along today as I clean out what I refer to as the garage of CeeCee. It's the large storage area that is basically underneath the entire bed of the inside. And this is my before shot. Probably easier to see from this angle where the shade will play in my favor. It's kind of a hot mess. Usually never looks like this, so I'm being very brave in showing it to you. And I'll show you the pieces as I drag them out and explain a little bit about what each one is all about. We'll see you then. Okay, as you can see, I have emptied everything out, and now I'm going to give this a clean before I put the things back in. But I thought I would show you what I have. These are the contents of my garage, and really I don't bring much with me. This box has a great story behind it. It's an ammo box, and we put our pudgy pie makers, marshmallow sticks, anything that goes into a fire and gets all black and ashy goes in this box so that it doesn't get other things all black and ashy. This was a gift for my brother-in-law, and I've had it now, oh my gosh, for over 20 years. And when I went to Hoover Dam, my rig had to be inspected, and they asked me if I had any ammunition, and of course I said no, because I didn't, and I don't carry ammunition with me. So they searched the random compartments, and they happened to pick the garage. They saw this, and their eyes got huge, and they pointed at me and asked me what was in it. I told them, and they actually believed me. They didn't open it. I was scared beyond my mind. I didn't know what was going to happen, but that was kind of an interesting situation. That tool there was in the garage. It needs to go in my toolbox. This is my camping mat. This blanket goes on top of the cornhole game, which wasn't in the camper because we played it in the backyard recently. It just protects my cornhole game from getting scratched up. Back here I have my collapsible laundry basket, which was a great purchase. The green basket is mainly toys. The yellow bucket is for minnows when we go fishing. These are a pile of chairs. There's 3 of them with 3 bags that they weren't put back in their bags the last time they were used. So I will probably do that. This bucket is my odds and ends. I have extension cords, tent pegs, a new a flush system for my black tank, a hook to hang a lantern from a tree, and an outside game. So kind of just things. Oh, my bike locks are in there too. Just random things that I need to store in my garage. I have some trekking poles. That bucket, the gray bucket, has my charging cord, jumper cables, washer fluid, oil, some scrub brushes, WD-40, slide spray, all kinds of little chemicals that I need for the camper. And next to that is my bucket of brushes for cleaning, my igloo for water when we go camping, and then the tripod grill we have had for a very long time. Don't use it as much. My husband used it a lot. It's not my preferred way to cook. He was a master at it. I have kept it. This is my baby though. This is my Camp Chef Dutch oven table. The legs are in this bucket here, which is my Dutch oven cooking kit. I have my chimney in there, one of my buckets, my brush, the legs, some gas for the stove. Sometime I'll have to set that up and show it to you. I love my Dutch oven cooking set. And then the only thing I didn't show you was this right back here that the volleyball is sitting on, and that's just bungee cords that I keep for the bikes when we transport bikes. So now I'm going to get all of this stuff organized nicely again, clean out the back of the garage, put that table back in place. Normally I store the cornhole game in there, but when we don't bring it along, it's kind of a pain to get in and out of this thing, but we do bring it. It fits really, really nicely in this recessed bay right here. It doesn't take up any room and it doesn't move around. But I'm going to get all that cleaned up, and then I'll show you the finished product. Alright, so I have finished cleaning out the inside, getting everything organized again, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to explain to you, there's actually a reason why I put things where I do. This is the driver's side, and this is the side that when we're camping is the opposite side from where we are camping. So I tend to put the things we use least often on this side, or that I only need to get to once in the entire trip. So I have my bucket for the bungee cords for the bikes, the ammunition box that's filled with the Pudgy Pie and marshmallow makers, my extra odds and ends box, my laundry basket, the bike basket, and my helmet, which I just take most of this out when we're camping. And then the reason I have the water jug here is because when we pull into a campground, I can fill that with the potable water at the campground, which is located on the driver's side. So it makes sense to have it here. It's easy access. I just pull the bike bungee cords, usually put them in the basket here, and then I can pull that water jug out and put it right back in for the camper. While we're here, I want to show you my door. I have a map of the United States, and as you can see, it's very full. When I started on my trip, it had, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 states filled in. I have now driven through all of the lower 48 states with my husband, either with him alive sitting next to me or with his urn strapped in the passenger seat next to me. The only states left for me to drive to are Alaska and Hawaii, which would be fun to see me drive to that. But Alaska I was supposed to go to this summer. With COVID-19, my plans were canceled, so hopefully I'll get a chance to do that again. This back door with the sun is going to be interesting to try and get a shot. This back door is the hardest one to get to if I bring bikes along. So I tend to put, something I didn't mention, you're going to notice there are two buckets there. That gray one has all of my chemicals and things I need for the engine, jumper cables. This black bin wasn't outside. It was actually in my basement for the winter. That is my extra pantry. When I went shopping on my big trip, I would do massive stops at Costco, buy in bulk, and what didn't fit in the pantry in my inside the camper went back in here. I do have my poles. My trekking poles are always here. The fishing basket, my Camp Chef Dutch oven stove. Right there is the bucket with the Dutch oven stove. Behind that, which I really rarely use, is John's tripod cooker. The mat is here. This is also new. This is something I just purchased this year. It's a badminton volleyball net. I thought that would be nice to bring along when we go camping. The volleyball has come along. My brushes are here along with my trekking pole. This is my cleaning bucket for when CeeCee gets a bath or if I need to wash something while we're camping. This is the side that we come in and out of, and it's the side that's exposed to the campground while we're staying somewhere. So it's really easy then for me to open up the door. The girls can set up the chairs around the campfire. So I put them here this year. I want to try that. Instead, they used to be back over there where the Dutch oven table is. So I just kind of moved them over here, and I used to put the Dutch oven table underneath the buckets, which was really inaccessible. So I'm going to see how this arrangement goes. Something else that wasn't in the driveway when I gave you the tour was this blue bin. This was in the garage. This is empty right now, but when I go camping and I get to the campground, I will purchase firewood and put it in this blue bin to carry to the campsite. So if we take out the chairs and the firewood to go outside, we are ready to go camping. Up above that, I have a little bucket filled with some toys that the girls play with. The dogs chuck it. A solar light down here. Believe it or not, that usually does not fall down. Kind of crazy when I get where I'm going. Otherwise, I can just tuck it in down here too. So it can stay there as well. So that's it. That is my garage in CeeCee. I'm ready to go, and I am actually hoping to get on a trip in the next couple of days, spend some days at a real campground. So maybe I'll bring you along on that too. We'll see. All right, thanks a lot, guys.